How we doing, folks? Welcome to the Nightmare Cabin. We're doing a unboxing video today. This is from I Saw Merch, actually, and I highly recommend them because their shipping is super fast. I wasn't actually expecting this till the weekend at the best, but yeah, turned up really quick. Yeah, new Cannibal Corpse album, Violence Unimagined. We're going to be doing this unboxing. I got the all singing, all dancing edition. I've worn Cannibal Corpse, one of my favourite bands, and yeah, you got to go all out when a new release comes out and there's a special edition. I've been listening to the album sporadically. I was lucky enough to get a download sent to me about a week or two ago. If you check the Hate Eternal, Let's Talk About video. I mentioned then that I had heard the album. I think I'd only heard it once at that point. But I've not really been sitting there going too much into detail. It's just been on the car quite regularly. And I'll do a quick review at the end of this. But let's get this open and have a look. Ready? Right, here we go. As you can see, they package stuff quite well as well. Okay, right. I don't know what happened there. It all went a bit funny in my ears. I don't know if that's come out on the recording. Right, here we go. So it's in a sort of like a hardback book. Let's get this plastic off, and I'll just get rid of this thing that just popped up on the screen. All right, here we go. So you've got this is the main, and then I've got this stuck to the back of it. Right, what should we do first? This comes with it. I don't remember what. I don't remember reading about this, and I certainly didn't order it additionally, but let's have a look. Right, so we've got patch. That's really cool, actually. I really like that. What's this? It's just like a car sticker. That's pretty cool. Will I be using it though? Maybe when I'm going to be getting a new one soon, actually, so I might use it then. All right, looks like we've got a flag. People love a flag nowadays, don't they? When did that become a thing? Like, you're getting free flags with albums. People are spending a fortune on them as well. But what the fuck you meant to do with them? But anyway, they're cool. Right, let's have a look. I'll have to take my earphones off 1 sec. Right, I think hope you can hear me. Here we go, look at that. That's the uncensored artwork. That'll piss the neighbours off if I hang it up. Or put it on a tent at a festival. That used to be a thing, innit? People used to put flags up at festivals. Maybe it'd be a nice picnic. Matt. Anyway, right, let's get into it. This looks and feels awesome as well, by the way. Really nice. Right, so I've got a CD in the front there. I'm guessing the vinyl in the back. It's like it's literally like looks like blood swirling in water. I don't know if you've ever cut yourself or had a nosebleed, and the way the blood just drips in the water and gives that murky. I'll try and catch it as much as I can. That looks really cool, actually. I'm really happy with that. Right, and then we'll get into the book. I can't remember how much I paid for this, to be honest. Here we go. It's the uncensored artwork. It'd be interesting to see, actually, if this does actually rustle some feathers. But because with everyone being offended by everything nowadays, but Cannibal Corpse are no stranger to that. They've been through it, so I'm sure they'll weather it. I'm liking this black and white sort of old school. I actually quite a lot of people have bought. There's a special edition of the CD and the vinyl where it's just the unedited artwork, but I quite like the you've got like a sort of one cover and then like an unveiling of the I actually quite like that, and I thought that was a really good touch with Torture. I liked the way that, you know, I thought the reveal was sort of part of the fun. I'm trying to think, is there any others as well? Yeah, my edition of the Bleeding, kind of like that as well. Yeah, you get. So yeah, I'm quite happy. I've obviously not got like a CD edition of the album, but I'll be quite happy with that. What's known as the cover, which is just a close up of the face and then have that underneath. I think it, when it's like completely in your face, like with the Wretched Spawn, yeah, it's mad. But you just think, like, where does it go from there? It's just, you know. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen any of the writing credits yet, so I'm sort of guessing who's done what. That's one pretty cool thing with Cannibal Corpse. It's a bit like an Iron Maiden album, even like a Beatles album, really, in a way. You can, once you really get accustomed to the band, you can kind of just start telling what song's written by who. And Cannibal Corpse are a little bit like that. And I think I can. I was listening to bits and thinking, yeah, that sounds like Eric playing that solo, especially where I've just been listening to Hate Eternal non-stop for the last couple of weeks in preparation for the Let's Talk About video. So yeah, I felt like I could hear, yeah, that's Eric, yeah, that, you know, but I couldn't tell. There was one song that has a bit of a Morbid Angel feel about it. Is it Condemnation Contagion? And I won. Oh yeah, look, you got the skull there. I think that's a reference to the first album, Skull Full of Maggots. If you on the Eating Back to Life. Where is it? I swear there is a skull full of maggots in the background now. I can't see it. And there was a close-up of it on a T-shirt. Oh, I don't know. Anyway. I'm sure Cannibal Corpse aficionados will know what I'm talking about. So you've got a cool little bit of artwork. I'm guessing this would be the same in the CD. Follow the Blood. That's pretty cool. Right. I knew that was the one. I remember listening to an interview, Phantasm podcast. It's like a horror and death metal podcast. And even a few weeks ago, he had Rob Barrett on there. And I was listening out for it because he says in the middle of the album, he went like, where everything was just so frantic and mad and crazy, he thought it'd be a nice little twist to I'll probably get flagged up showing all this off for nudity, but we'll see how we get on. But he said he just to throw things into the mix. He thought, yeah, this could do with a nice slow, swampy thing just to break the album up a little bit. And I did wonder if that was the one. And yeah, just flicking through the book there, I saw that Rob Barrett wrote that song. Says, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, what? And then we got a load of sketches here. That's pretty cool. I really like that one with a soldier, actually. I think that's really cool. That'd be a cool t-shirt. You've got a load of heads on his belt there. So these are all... that's fucking crazy. These are all references to the lyrics, I guess. And then... there we go. There's in the back there. What's this here? Is a... right, so obviously you know Eric Rutan's joined the band. I'm guessing he's primary lead player now. And this is a tribute there to Paul's dad. That's what that is. And right, let's get into the... It doesn't say who does the solos, so... Oh, yes, it does. Right. Oh, it's looking like it's pretty... Inhumane... What was it? Inhumane something was one that I stuck out for me where I thought, oh, I wonder if that's Eric. Oh, it's both. It looks like they're pretty much going back and forth. Oh, Eric. Surround, Kill, Devour. Rutan does the solo on that. That one's written by Alex. Ritual Annihilation. That's one's written by Eric. Right, we can go into that, but you want a review, didn't you? So I'll go straight in with it. I think this is the best album they've done since Kill. I think I'll just reference this because I've picked it up and I've got it in my hand now. But ever since the debut album, where is that light? The recipe has been the same from day one, as we know. The band have evolved, and they've basically just slightly tweaked things, slightly added to the recipe per se. And this one might be a bit more technical. This one might be a bit more, atmospheric. This one might have an instrumental. This one has a, like from what's the one from Skin to Liquid? Is it? What's the? No, not that one. I can't remember what it is now. It is from Skin to Liquid, isn't it? The that instrumental, but yeah, they kind of just refine things and just tweak it, and just and every album they just trying to improve. So you know what you're going to be getting from a Cannibal Corpse album. They just it's really just a case of whether or not they hit the bullseye. Sometimes they hit the bullseye, sometimes they get just outside it. Sometimes some albums are better than others, but I don't think Cannibal Corpse have ever done a complete stinker. And I find it's become, I don't know what's gone on with the death metal scene lately, but I've seen that it's been quite trendy to sort of bash them, and I don't get where that's come from. They are the biggest death metal band out there, and it's for good reason. They're not the pioneers of the death metal genre. When by the time Eating Back to Life came out, death metal was well and truly underway, and they didn't really go full on death metal till oh fuck's sake, what's the second album called? Butchered at Birth. And and obviously they've had a lot of lineup changes over not too many, but steadily they kind of, with the lineup changes, they kind of evolve with every addition of a new member. And I think that's happened here. I think the addition of Eric Rutan into the ranks is massively he's made a massive contribution. Now he's produced 4 previous albums, and he's obviously produced this one. But obviously, with him being on the album, you can tell that he's applied himself even more. And the big question I kind of think is, are they just going to go on? How much of an influence is he going to make? How much is he going to affect the sound? And I think he struck the balance quite nicely. I think you can feel Eric's presence, certain riffs, certain, solos. There are bits, because when I said on the Hate Eternal video, amongst all this just battering, crazy, chaotic music, there'll just be this beautiful melodic solo that just slices through it all. And yes, there's a lot of melody in this album, but it doesn't take away from the intensity or the heaviness or any way. Like, it's not as if Cannibal Corpse have gone melodic or anything like that. There's always been touches of melody here and there, of course, but it adds to the atmosphere. It adds to the sort of the dark, sinister tone. I think with Cannibal Corpse, you normally get the idea of like this. It's just this over the top, gory. If you say, they basically always said like this is a horror comic or a horror film put in music, and with the added melody in this album, it kind of gives it more of a serious tone. It kind of adds to that. So rather than just like an over-top gore fest that's fun, this is like a gory film that's actually pretty intense and quite like disturbing to watch, rather than something like Evil Dead or Brain Dead or something where it's just blood and guts and fake limbs flying everywhere. This is more like the first Saw film, or more like something with a bit more of a serious tone. There's not a lot of humour there, but as per usual, the riffs are fucking amazing. Each song is just perfectly paced out. I mean, Murderous Rampage, when it kicks in, there's a line as well, and I thought that's perfect for an opening track, whereas George goes sharpening the knives again, which I thought was fucking great. There's a little like there's like this like it's like this nice little melodic sort of lick in between. It's like a breakdown, so it's a and just that little it just breaks the song up, and it's just memorable because it just comes out of nowhere, and you're like, that's pretty cool. And the album's full of things like that. And I think what is it? There's a nice little melodic lead in that opening track as well. But there's a Over Torture. That's another track. It's got like a real frantic sort of riff in. Follow the Blood I mentioned slows things down, but it's Follow the Blood and Slowly Song have got that nice sort of swampy, slow, doomy take. And I think the last couple of albums with Cannibal Corpse, the slower songs have actually been the highlight for me. I think that's something quite underrated with Cannibal Corpse. You think of like just a song like Pounded Into Dust or The Time to Kill Is Now, but yeah, like songs like Visualization Plage, Scourge of Iron, Code of the... What was it called? Code of the Kill... No, it wasn't Code of the something. I can't remember what it is now. But that's been quite a good little approach they've been having with their live shows as well. That they've actually opened with a slower song. Because obviously, if you come out and it's just bang, just straight away, it's like, yeah, right, where does it go from there? But when they open with a slower song, like Evisceration Plague, where it builds up intensity as it goes on, and then that song finishes, and then you hit with a fast song. That's a really good touch for the live show. It's a really good like different take to it. Flood of the Bloods, that's got that's a real slow doomy number, but again, when I mentioned the melody, the solo on that is just fantastic, and it really sort of builds up like a climax to it. When there's a little bit as well, when it just kind of just slows down like a doom doom, and then you hear Alex with his, it's just little signatures like that are just you can tell. You know, when you hear and you go, yeah, you can tell who's who. The trying to think of other ones. Inhumane Harvest as well. That's probably, I don't know if there's been a single or something, but that's a highlight, because what I really like about it is that you've got this real kind of cool riff, and you think it's going to go really like just all guns blazing, but it don't. It kicks into like a dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, like, it kicks into a groove, and then that riff that you think is going to go just crazy comes in afterwards. So it just kind of, it's just a cool little take, like a good little. They lead you along, and then they just throw in a load of groove when you think it's going to go fast, but then that fast bit comes in when you've let your guard down, sort of thing. That's a really good take. The second song escapes me. What's it called? What's it called? The second song. Yes, Necrogenic Resurrection. The main riff running through that, is quite a thrashy riff as well, which kind of reminds me a little bit of Creator. Yeah, have a listen to that song when you do get to hear the album, and leave a comment and thing. Does that remind you of a Creator riff? But overall, it's just it's a perfect Cannibal Corpse album for me. I've been really enjoying it. I've been wanting to hear it as well. Like normally when you doing what I do, you kind of listen to stuff in order to review it, and it's quite nice when you when you're like you're not sure what to listen to, and you go, yeah, put that on, you know, and that's what I've been like with this album in the last week or two. And George sounds amazing. He sounds really good, on good form. Paul's drums are just pummeling on it. The production is fantastic. Every song. And the way the album's paced out, I think, is it 11 songs? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, something like 11. The album's just perfectly paced out. It's just every song, it leads into the next one. Every song. So for every fast, frantic song, you've got a nice groovy song. You've got a nice slow song. Everything's catchy, everything's got hooks, everything's just got little melodic little leads and things just perfectly peppered throughout, and it's just an effortless listen. It's just it's whether or not every Cannibal Corpse album for me is a good album. I'm always happy when a new album comes out. I always enjoy a new album, whether I liked it more than the previous one or whatever. Even Cannibal Corpse on the worst day, like my least favourite Cannibal Corpse album, as it still has like 2 or 3 songs, which is like, yeah, that's some of their best songs. You know, even one of my favourite songs is on Cannibal Corpse's worst album, and it's just, yeah, it's. How close is it to a classic or not? And I do think this is a classic. I do think this is their best album since Kill. They sound refreshed. They sound revigorated. They sound inspired. They just sound on it. They just sound on. All guns are blazing on this album. Everyone who's written a song has contributed their best song. Everything's been refined down to, you know, there's not an ounce of fat on it. And the fact that Eric has joined the band, it's definitely given the band a shot in the arm. The fact that he's, you know, joining a band this far into their career and just adding 3 songs into the mix, that just, you know, adds to the proceedings nicely. I think, yeah, Eric he's fit into the band seamlessly. I did a reaction at the time and I was a little bit, I'm not sure. Well, I never was unsure about the results. I knew it was going to be great. I just don't know what this means long term. I can't say, you know, Eric's a busy man, you know, but time will tell with that one. And he did put out a thing addressing that, saying, look, I'm going to be doing both and managing my time and all the rest of it. There is a Hate Eternal album in the pipeline, apparently. So, well, yeah, time will tell with that one, I guess. But overall, though, this is a fantastic addition to the band's catalogue, is what I'm saying. And I think it is a new, later day classic to the canon. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think this is going to be, it's definitely going to be a contender for album of the year. Absolutely. Sometimes a band's put out an album and it's exactly what you want from them. It's exactly the album that they need to make. And I think a criticism for the band recently is that their last 2 or 3 albums maybe have been a bit autopilot. It's a bit, Cannibal Corpse just doing Cannibal Corpse. For better, for worse, it depends. But I think everyone will like this album. If you're a long-term fan and the last albums have kind of, you've kind of passed over a little bit, definitely check this one out. If you're new to the band, I think this is good an album to start as any. And I think one great thing about Cannibal Corpse as well is that they do appeal outside the genre. So people that aren't really into death metal, they can get into Cannibal Corpse. They can jump on it and kind of recognise that this band are good at what they do. And I think even if you're not that much of a death metal fan, you can still enjoy this album because it's got enough hooks. Everything sounds nice and clear. The riffs are out there. They're digestible. It's not in your face. It's not like this barrage of things that you have, like noise that you have to decipher with. No, everything is catchy and memorable on first listen. So yeah, this is a perfect Cannibal Corpse album. And definitely their best one. Christ, when was Kill? When was that? It's easily 10 years ago, wasn't it? Let's quickly look it up. Yeah, Kill was 2006. Oh, so more than... Let's quickly do it in... about 15, 16 years ago. But yeah, if it's their best one since then, that was like a new peak. That was like, right, this is the standard from now on. And I think they've maintained that standard since then, but this one sets the new standard. They've finally blown that one away. So yeah, Cannibal Corpse, Violence Unimagined. Definitely go get it. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will be doing a Let's Talk About video of Cannibal Corpse eventually. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Yeah, give us one of them and subscribe if you like. And yeah, I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys.